Right. How would you know when it's live then?
It says live at the top.
Yeah, they use the words where it's got the words that says live.
Oh, with the words live.
That'd be a giveaway. Yeah.
Is the words live a clue then?
Hopefully. And somebody in chat will say, yes, we're live.
Right. Yeah. Right. Clear my throat.
Yeah, do that before we go live. Yeah.
You're live on Channel 4. Please do not swear.
Me. Oh, Piers, we are live already. Right. Yeah. Right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the live stream on a Monday night from Ted Chris. Chris is only just here, by the way. It's hanging on.
Oh, Ted fell over.
Oh, it's not me that's only just here. It's Ted that's.
Oh, what was that? Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Ted, you fell over then briefly.
Oh, what, I went where?
You kind of paused and faded and came back again.
Right. Right. Yeah, well, anyway, we're trying something new this week. Probably doesn't make any difference to you what it looks like, but we're on jiu-jitsu or yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah, Hangouts don't exist anymore, so we've had to find something else. It's all just gone wrong, so we'll do the best we can.
Yeah, but apparently, so we're told that Hangouts are now defunct.
Yeah, they don't exist anymore.
Yeah, so we don't want to take a chance and go there, even though it might still be running, because halfway through they might just pull the plug. I think probably somebody's left the office and just hasn't unplugged it. There's a jack plug in the wall. They haven't unplugged it yet. But yeah, we're going to have a go on this. We're going to have a go on jitsi.org. That's why the little logo's in the corner. And we'll see where it goes from there. So if it all goes blank, yeah, that'll be a good night for us.
Yeah, Chris is having some issues with his connection, but we don't know what the issues are.
I don't know. Apparently, my connection is lovely. Everything else is saying that my connection is lovely, but as soon as I open this Jitsi thing, it all goes pear-shaped and funny and everything. I'm apparently living in some 8-bit world, so I don't know.
So it might appear a little bit different to you. I see Michael Jackerman says it's the picture fades when they switch.
Yeah, that's the reality of not using the Hangouts.
Yeah, it's a different thing. So yeah.
So
this is literally the only option we had that I did any kind of camera switching. So
yeah. So can you guys, the guys in Chatland, can see the 3 little pictures in the corner again as usual?
Yeah, I think they can see the 2 little thumbnails.
Yeah, in some variation of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
very similar to them.
Yeah. So really, nothing's changed. We'll still talk the same old rubbish, and we'll still
inept.
We'll still rabbit on for about an hour and a half and things like that, and they won't know any different.
Now, as always, don't forget this is your show. We count on you guys in chat to give us stuff to talk about, and what we'll need you to do if you want to get our attention. If you can't see the live chat, we've got it on our screens here, but if you can't see the live chat, you're probably watching this on the eModels Facebook page or somewhere else embedded. You need to be watching it on YouTube. So click the YouTube icon in the bottom corner down here somewhere, and that will transport you magically to the YouTube page where you can see the live chat and join in the typey, because we are doing sticker giveaways and stuff later on, so you need to be in the chat for that. If you are in the chat, make sure to put your question in big, fat, capital letters so we have a chance of seeing it. We might not see, it'll be too busy panicking all night tonight, so we might miss a lot of questions. And chat does move fast. If you want to, you can use the dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. That's the super chat. That will put your comment in a colored box, and we don't have any choice but to see that comment, so we can't possibly miss it. But if you can't get access to chat, you can just send us questions and comments via email, and we may well pick them up during the show. And that, of course, is ted@emodels.co.uk.
Yeah, I've got my phone, and it's almost out of battery, and there's a dodgy connection. So I'll see how long I can get in.
We'll do a Kickstarter to get you an iPad, aren't we?
Because it's plugged in, it keeps asking me to share my photographs, but I'm not doing that. Yeah. Right. So, well, there's a big reveal this week. First of all, what have you been up to this week, Foxx?
This week I have been mostly not doing a lot of work. I finished the little Borderlands-style Achilles Ridge Runner, which is my Bandit Technical. That's downstairs in the cabinet now. And I've started a bit more work on my big Master Grade Sazabi, but that's in bits in a box down on the floor there, so I can't really show it on camera. So other than that, not really a lot this week. It's been mostly that and the Sazabi.
Yeah, somebody was asking what's the little circles in, what's the colour circles in the pictures for? I think it's just telling us signal strengths and things like that.
Yeah, I've just opened up the stream so I can watch it. I've muted it so it's not making big noises. But yeah, I can see that there's one that I think is the blue one seems to be whoever's talking.
Yes.
That's the speaky thing. And I seem to have a yellow one at the moment, but it seems to drift between yellow and red for some reason.
Yeah.
Red is never good. So
No.
I think if it goes green, then it doesn't show it at all. So
yeah, pay no attention to the man behind the camera.
Don't even look at them. Whatever's happening happens, but we won't worry too much about it.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's better to have Chris in 340 by 280 and 8-bit than it is to have no Chris at all.
I think that was a compliment almost.
Thinly veiled.
I could be wrong, but it felt like almost like a compliment.
It felt almost complimentary. Who we got in, Chris?
Hey,
headline. I totally did that without thinking.
What was a lot? I wasn't listening.
I said who we got in, but that's
who we got in.
Yeah.
We got
who's in tonight then, Chris?
We have Frog Spawning. Hello, all. Currently listening to the Sex Pistols. He was, but apparently that was held for a review, so you're not allowed to listen to the Sex Pistols, and it won't say it in there because it uses the word pistols. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it doesn't like the word pistols.
Yeah. Sergeant Bones is in. Lynn's in briefly, and then she had to go in 20 minutes, which was more than 20 minutes ago, so she probably isn't here now, but she might be back. Christopher C, Paul DeTomaso, AJ, Mark Dale, Osric.
Lynn's still there.
My wife's in, telling me to be careful pressing buttons. It's not my buttons. It's not my problem. My buttons are lovely.
Is Mrs. Chris downloading lots of movies that's interfering with your uploading? Do you think?
The downloading wouldn't interfere with the uploading.
Maybe Mrs. Chris is downstairs doing another rival live stream.
This is possible. Yeah.
Could be.
We've also got Mark Dale, Frogspawn Mark Dale, Phil Kett, Chancellor is in, Wayne Hayward, Philip Frime, Lord Buckley III, Model Making Guru, I don't know who that is, Ickle Pete, Simon Payne, David Wright, Anders, Bobbington, Gaz, Skullfish. Very much. Skipper Ted, don't know who that is. We've all got the button now, so Skipper Ted. Spruglu's wondering if I broke the interwebs again. I didn't. It wasn't my fault. Clarky says, Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday. Evening, people, says Cynical Manx Steve. Michael Jackman.
Is Happy Monday actually a real thing? Can you actually do a Happy Monday?
You can do a Happy Monday, yeah.
Is it possible?
I don't know. Chris Hart says, Hi all, gotta love Mondays. Ignore anything Bob Geldof may have said.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Red Lynn is also in. Matthew Birtles. The other names that I've said. Swigging Pig. Team Inept. We have a modding. Paul at Team Inept is being all moddish.
Everybody's banned.
Paul says, I don't like the way it fades between you. Stop it. We can't stop it. That's the way it is.
Yeah, I think you're used to it. That's the way it is. End of. And any other.
You should just learn to blink in time with the fades, and then it will be okay for you.
Yeah.
Then they're saying I'm a bit pixely. It's weird. Picture fades out. Frogspawn. There it is. Michael Jackman and Stephen Last. Mark Ledbetter. Michael Jackman. Lewis Williamson. And Ash Collects. Said something, but then retracted it, so we don't know who they are. Mrs. Chris would probably talk more about modelling than us a lot, says Mark Dale. You're probably right. And she says, don't blame me for Chris being strange. No, I was strange a long time before I met her.
Yeah. Well, as Mark Dale says, Mrs. Chris would probably talk more about modelling, but that's not us. We don't. We start off with the intentions to talk about modelling, but we never get that far.
At no time do we ever claim this program has anything to do with
you've got to read the terms and conditions. If you come on this, come on a Monday night live stream, got to read the terms and conditions. This may not contain modelling talk.
Yeah, made star definitely will not. Back to what we've been doing this week. Have you been doing anything this week, Chris, apart from trying to struggle with your internet connection?
Turned my internet off a couple of times, but apart from that, I've finished this.
You'll have to. I think you may have to explain it so people can.
I'll explain it. People can see it a little bit, and the internet might take over. And if I hold it still, eventually it will load it all up on it, like one line at a time, like an old This is a super deformed Sinanju Gumpler thing that I painted up to go along with my big Sazabi that you probably can't see. Oh, it's gone yellow. Look, I saw it go green a minute ago. I don't know.
I noticed that.
I wasn't going to mention it, but then it went away, so I thought I could. Yes, so I've been doing Gundams at the moment, basically. So yeah.
Sprigler said it's an out-of-focus transformer.
Nonsense.
Pretty much.
Bam.
Is that a lobster, says Christopher C?
Questions coming for today? Yeah,
Should we ask Ted if he's been doing anything?
Yeah, what you been doing, Ted?
Ted never does it. No, we won't bother. He doesn't do anything.
No,
I
haven't done any updates.
haven't done anything. However, I finished. Did you
Finished? We're going home now. Is that it?
Did you get that? I've finished.
Yeah, we're finished, so we can turn it off and say goodbye.
No, not that finished. I've finished. I've finished the U-boat.
You're finished. Oh no, right.
Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, I know it's a sharp intake of breath, and the cup,
I don't understand them words in that order.
the cup is full of gin in celebration.
Hang on, we need to do a Law and Order.
Doom, 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 doom. Yes, I've finished. And I might, hang on, let's see if I can do a screen share.
Now, we are lucky in that Ted
dear.
can't accidentally kill the stream because the stop button is away in a menu and he can't get near that when he's trying to screen.
Yeah, but he might.
You are. No, the screen share button's on the other side of the screen. On the other side of the screen, that's fine.
Right. I'm going to try and do a screen share for the first time on Jiu-Jitsu.
Have you locked it on you, Ted?
Have you locked it on you, Ted?
Right, I've got to lock it on me first, have I?
Yep.
Well, only if you want to show it.
Right.
Because we always shut up. So
How does it look it on me?
just click on your little thumbnail. You get a blue box around you.
Like that. Just like that. There we go.
Just like that.
Right.
Just like that.
that.
Not like that. Just like that.
Go on that bit. Right. Now I go to that bit there and it says share screen. Share my entire screen.
Oh, yeah.
The entire screen.
Right. Now I've just before we came on air, I uploaded these pictures to my computer from my camera and I found they were pretty rubbish.
Yeah.
So
I
I think
from a phone screen to a telly screen. It's like, oh.
So now I think I'll probably do them again, but I won't hold you in suspense any longer. I'll show you what I've got so far, and I'll share my screen now. So let's get rid of that one.
Wow.
Yeah. See that they're all totally overexposed, and this is the U552. Finished in its entirety. See, there's even a gun crew on there.
Look at that, Ted. That's massive.
Look, it's massive. It's huge. I couldn't get. The reason it's difficult to get any photographs of it is because it's too big.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've tried to get a few photographs of the work in progress. Look, it's got the flag on. I'm pointing at the screen, so thinking you can see me.
We can see your mouse. You can use your mouse to point. We can see that.
Yeah, it's got a flag on there. And
we can see your mouse because I keep trying to move it.
There she is. I've taken some of these photographs so that I'll add them to the end of the video so you can see what's gone on.
Mm-hmm.
That's something else we'll talk about later on. But that's it. That's U552. She's finished. There's another one.
Look at Artie shot.
Arty shot. Yeah, that's what you've got to try and do because it's so big. You've got to try and do arty shots.
Yes.
You have to take it out in the garden and stand a long way away from it.
Yep. That's it. So I think.
I found with my 172nd U-boat, I've recently got some software that can do like multiple focuses, so it can do focus stretching. But with the U-boat, you couldn't even do that because it's just so damn long and thin.
Yeah, that's it.
Every shot is here's a close up of this bit, and then just 3.5 miles.
Yeah, that's it. Because it's so thin, you can't do wide shots.
There's not a lot you can fill your picture with. Yeah,
because it takes in all the rubbish in the background. So that's that.
Unfortunately, with your U-boat that big, Ted, you can't help but film the rest of the entire room as well. So that's it. That's what I'm with. And this, I'll show you this now. Then I don't have to screen share again. This is currently what I'm on with at work. Look at the paint chipping on that.
This is a Windermere skiff that that's a map. This is a Windermere skiff that we've decided to rebuild and recover. And as you see, it's full of holes. So we're going to restore it and put it back. It's full of holes.
Are you going to put where are you going to get the repulsor engine from and the deck blaster?
Yeah, that's it. I'm going to weather it up and then Warhammer it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody got that joke. That's a whole like Return of the Jedi reference there. But
we got it. We just didn't think it was funny.
Acknowledge it. Yeah. So that's my next project. 1-to-1 scale work, and every one of them planks is damaged. So it might be easier just to rebuild the thing.
Yeah, it's the Trigger's broom, isn't it?
We took this vintage wooden boat and we rebuilt it by building another one next year.
Yeah, this boat is 200 years old. Which bit?
That's almost as old as you, Ted.
That little bit just down there. All right, I'll stop sharing.
Yeah, awesome. That U-boat. So what's happening with that U-boat now then, Ted?
What's going to happen with the U-boat now is I'll take it back to eModels eventually.
You've got to take it first.
Yeah, I'll probably try and convince the wife that I need to take the boat home to take it back to eModels, but that's where it's going to go.
See, now we know why you bought a motor.
That was why you bought the motorhome.
That was the real reason I bought the motor.
Is it still actually partially disassemblable, or is it completely
That's it.
combobulated now?
Does it fit out your front door?
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't do like
you haven't got a dodgy little turn that you can't get it around.
Don't do like I do with my 3'1" and walk outside, do a little bit of work on sanding, and then walk through a load of spider webs and nearly throw it halfway across the garden. That was a bad thing that happened to me. Spiddy Q8 says we're talking about doing a focus stacking on your U-boat. Spid says you need manual focus to make the most of focus stacking. Yes, you do, but you can do manual focus on an iPhone.
Spid also has a question for Ted. He says, is that a Windermere skiff simply because it's on Windermere, or is it an actual type of boat?
It's an actual type of boat. It's a Windermere skiff. They were quite, well, without boring you all, they were quite prevalent throughout the lakes. They weren't just built for Windermere, but they were the type of boat known as a Windermere skiff. Came in various lengths. They've been around for about 300 odd years. They come in various lengths. The one we're renovating is a 2-person skiff, which is mainly used for fishing. Used to come to the lakes, the Victorians especially, come to lakes, hire a gilly, go fishing. And that's what this is.
Got to say, some of the names for ships like skiff and sloop, they are great words, aren't they? Yeah, skiff is a great word.
It's a different type of skiff to what you would find on the Thames. They're a different boat again. And plus, if you went from Windermere to offshore, the skiff, the pilot skiff, the racing skiffs would be different again.
Well, the thing is with the Windermere skiff, it's for northern lads, but a Thames skiff will be full of Poncy southerners, so they'd all be delicate and have a little roof and weatherproofing, and they'd have a little man to sail it for them.
And a bar.
Yeah, and a bar and everything else. Whereas a Windermere skiff is just like 2 crusty old blokes with their Aran sweaters singing shanties and
thick sandwich,
wrestling fish out of the water with Cornish pasties and things.
You couldn't wrestle a fish out of the water with a Cornish pasty.
Have you tried?
Yes.
You haven't tried. You're a southerner. Of course you couldn't. Yeah. We could. We're northerners.
Southerner, you don't know how to wrestle a fish out of water with a Cornish pasty.
Yeah. How can you get a Cornish pasty up north? You can't.
Because we're special. That's why how hardcore northerners are. We can use southern things to get fish up north. Yes, to go back to focus stacking, you can do manual focus on an iPhone. You just have to buy a camera app that isn't the bog standard built-in camera.
Oh, I didn't know that.
If anybody wants to do focus stacking, I use an app called Obscura, which is a nice little camera app, but it's got a manual focus and white balance and exposure. You just take lots of different photographs. You'd have to read into how to do it, but it's fairly good.
Yeah. That's to get to a good point there. He said, will the U-boat actually get through the eModels door? I will have to phone ahead to tell James that we're coming so we can clear enough space on the bench to put it on.
Yeah, just imagining the front door and counter in my head. It will go through the front door, I think, as long as you need to turn a corner at any point. You've got the front door, and then you've got like the racking here for the. So you'd have to kind of
It will go through the front door fine, and then it'll impale whoever it is by the till.
Yeah. I'm not. I do think you need to send James, mate, the relevant measurements because I don't know where they're going to put it.
I don't think they thought this through.
You'll have to open the loading bay door where the parcels come out. You'll have to go in.
Well, no, because that's even tighter in there. You couldn't get it out the door into the main shop.
Because I have this horrid feeling that after 2.5 years of building it, transporting it all the way down to Telford, Stoke, not Telford, transporting it all the way down to Stoke, I'll walk through the shop door. Somebody will hold the door open for me. I'll walk through the shop door. They'll leave go of the door and crunch. It'll snap the back end off.
Or even worse, one of the guys there, James, might be like, "Oh, you're bringing it today."
Yeah. With nowhere.
That big. And,
yeah. Well, will it go in the toilet?
Yeah, we've got your space for it. It's there. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. So next time I'll build a Saturn V rocket and it'll stand upright, so they'll have enough room for that. Yeah.
Well, do mail them ahead and let them know. Give them all the measurements.
Yeah. That's.
I reckon they're going to have a nice little display for it outside, just above the door.
Yeah, it'll go in that container.
And the container, yeah, stick it to the side of the container, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like if they were going to put like if Pete May were out on his 3.5-foot yacht and came back with a marlin, where would he mount the marlin on the wall? That's where they can put the U-boat. Unfortunately, the way to mount it is on the base, so it'd be sticking out that way rather than sticking out sideways.
Yeah, you can see it. I'd be on John's bench for the next fortnight, thinking this was a bad idea. This.
Yeah, no orders getting packed now, so we can't pack any orders because they're just the choosing space.
Could somebody come and move the submarine?
Yeah. Spid says eModels next visit video, Chuckle Brothers edition. To me, to you.
Yeah. So when we do eventually decide on a date and a time when we're going down to visit eModels, we'll let you know. So if you want to come along and buy stuff and have a look and bring cakes and donuts.
Yes.
And
Dave Cardboard says, "Have you ever seen the plank?" Yes, I've seen the plank.
Yeah, right. What else? What else do we do now? All right, so that's that finished. The video will be out when I get round to editing it, because I've forgotten how to do it.
So we have to have the question now, Ted. Is where is it actually sitting at the moment?
Where it's always sat. It's sat in the living room on the sideboard. Us Northerners have sideboards, don't we?
Yeah, we have sideboards. Oh, well, actually, we just have the side. Where's my keys? They're on the side.
Yeah, they're on the side. Yeah.
Is it not on side?
On the side. That's the thing. It's a 1970s or 80s mum thing. Because you say, "Mum, where's X, Y, or Z?" And she'd be like, "It's on the side." And you'd be like, "Side of what?" Well, we don't know instinctively what she meant by "it's on the side."
Oh, Anders says Foxx fact.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. I forgot, didn't I?
Thank you, Anders.
Thank you, Anders. Yes. It's time to do our fact of the day that I never do at the very start of the show, which I should do. It's a today in history, but remember, we're doing science facts from now on because I'm going to educate you all in the way of science and thinking.
Because science is fun.
Yes, because everything else is woo-woo nonsense and science is hardcore awesomeness. So today, this day, the 5th of August, in 1969, Mariner 7 flew past Mars. It had been launched in 27th of March 1969 and was now 3,430 kilometers above the Martian surface. Its 7.7 square meter area of photocell solar panels provided 800 watts of power. The probe took 22 near-encounter images across 20% of the planet's surface. They showed the Martian and Moon surfaces were very different and also varied from the earlier Mariner 4 images. These added to the far encounter sequence of 93 images taken since the 2nd of August 1969 during the approach. Other instruments took atmospheric measurements and revealed that the south polar ice cap composition was mostly frozen carbon dioxide. Radio telemetry provided improved estimates of the planet's size, shape, and mass. It's weird to think that we've only really had a proper idea of what Mars is like for like 40 or 50 years.
Yeah, remember, I hope you were taking notes because you may be asked questions later.
You may not, but you may.
What date was it? 1969?
1969.
I was 8.
This day in 1969.
Yeah.
I
I remember it. I remember it well. Everything was still in black and white. We hadn't moved over to colour yet.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe you did an entire science fact about a probe and you didn't say probe.
Probe. Because it doesn't say probe, innit? Oh, it does say probe. I said the probe took 22.
I heard you say it.
Oh, I forgot to go probe. Probe took 22 near encounter images.
Frogspawn was 1 when that happened.
I was -2.
Yeah, I was -3. Yeah,
I was -2.
Yeah, okay. You're just making me feel old now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For anybody else's benefit, I'll hang on.
Probe.
There you go. Done.
Yeah, that was only me here now.
Yeah, I forgot you might be wearing headphones.
Did you have your blur screen on? Who's a bit wet in here?
I'll probably blow my own volume as well, so I'll be dead quiet now.
People were saying that they like Ted's U-boat. There have been lots of compliments about it and things.
Mm-hmm.
We were displaying it and things.
Yep. Well, it's you guys that have been waiting and encouraging me to carry on with it. Otherwise, yeah, it might never have got done, but it's done.
Yeah, Michael Jacobin says, "Well done, Ted. It looks great. I especially like the lighting. Reminds me of what I did to my Enterprise aircraft carrier. I also finished my battleship today. Sent you some pics."
Yeah, we've got them, Michael. We have had a look at them. Yeah, well done. I'll answer it later on. Well, thank you. Yeah, Great. So next time, we'll nip down to eModels and I'll pick the next model up and hopefully I'll get on with that a bit easier than having to set everything up. It took me a whole morning to set up for that filming and building.
I have to say, just trying to film a 3 foot long, or film or photograph a 3 foot long 1/72 scale one drove me to distraction. So trying to photograph that thing.
It was difficult because you set it up to take a picture, then you look in the background and there's all the chairs and the cap and the lights and everything.
We have some facts because when Anders Ericsson said Foxx fact, people started just putting random facts in the chat. So if you have a random fact, make sure it's family friendly. Do let us know. A science fact. Let's have a look.
Why are people giving us these facts here instead of emailing to us in the form of a question?
No, that's true. Because some of them are at science. Philly says, I have a fact. Alligators can grow up to 15 feet. I've never seen one with more than 4, though.
Yeah.
Phil Lewis says, fun fact, there is a constellation called Puppis, which is part of the much larger unwieldy constellation Agronavis.
Simon Payne says, science fact as well. Hawaii moves 7.5 centimeters closer to Alaska every year.
Yes.
Or does Alaska move closer to Hawaii?
How can we find out?
We could do a whole show just on facts.
Yeah. We did have a question. I've got to try and find it now because it moved. Jimmy Bones says, quick question. Has anyone used the Vallejo liquid mask? Yes, it's really good. It's quite good. Is it the blue stuff? It used to be blue. It's fine. It's absolutely fine.
Don't they call it primer?
What, liquid mask?
Primer. You just because you put primer on and they just peel it off.
Yeah, that's true. Or PVA. No, it's fine. The Vallejo liquid mask is fine. It's a bit thinner than Humbrol mask. It's a bit less stinky, but it's the same thing. It's the same stuff, basically, rubber-based thing with a bit of ammonia in it. It's absolutely fine. It comes in a dropper bottle, which is a bit more handy than the Humbrol. But yeah, it's really good. It's not bad.
A man with the fact the moon moves away at 1 centimeter per year. I wonder. Does somebody go out and check this? Take the tape rule out, measure it?
Oh, they have lasers.
Lasers and things.
They have
big reflectors on the moon when we went there, and so they bounce them off and things.
Yeah, they put retro reflectors on the surface of the moon. So all the people that say, we've never been to the moon, you can easily say, look, we can actually fire a laser at them and reflect it back on a mirror that we placed on the moon's surface. So shut up.
I do like that people are putting in how old they were when your fact happened, though.
I know. Everybody's like, I was 1, I was -35.
Phil Prime was 4 years old in 1969.
Yes, Ray Aquilina is in, by the way, from Malta. Welcome, Ray.
Hello, Ray.
Aldrich was -8. Beck Storm said, I've got an orange 1969 JVC Videosphere TV on top of my computer. I know exactly what that is. The design was inspired by an astronaut's space helmet. Yes, the round one with the little square screen as well.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know them. Yeah.
We've all had one of them in our house at some point.
Another one of our builders and mods, Nefbo, says he was 6.
Hey, Nefbo. If you're not familiar, Nefbo is one of the eModels builders. He's currently working on the 1/24th scale. 1/24th scale?
I think it's 1/24th, yeah.
1/24th scale FX hell thing. Flying, shooty. With the, what is it? The hell what? Ted, help me. Help me, Ted. Hellcat, that's it. I knew that. No help from Ted there. Thanks, Ted. The 1/24th Hellcat is currently in the process of building that, so go and check out his build videos. Don't forget, of course, we've also got Colin building the Cat, the Bandai 1/44th AT-AT. That's still an ongoing build. And I will be starting the Millennium Falcon at some point in the hopefully coming weeks when I finish the Sasami.
Right, so just as I finish my epic build, you'll be starting yours, and that'll continue the theme of epic builds that never seem to get finished.
No, I want to get my Falcon finished. I've got a whole shed load of other stuff I need to do.
Yeah.
I was going to say something. Zadster says there is a British Union flag on the moon inside the Lunar Experiments package put there by Nottingham University.
Well,
did they know?
Zadster says, how did they get the whole university building on the moon? Very well, thank you.
Yeah. Do you think they just took it up there? Leave that. Yeah, we'll leave that. It's just littering on the moon then.
Yeah. Littering on the moon.
Simon Payne says, is it time for Belly and Bench? It's always time for Belly and Bench. So what was your epic dinner today then, Simon?
Yeah, what's the question, Ted? That's the question. Because Dad's not in tonight, so what's the question, Ted?
The question is, what's on your belly? What's in your belly? What's in your belly? And what's on the bench?
What's on your belly? Well, it's a bit of gravy.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, that's it. It depends how big your belly is.
Yeah. So what you had for your dinner, or what you're going to have for your dinner? We need to talk about. Tell me all about food, so I can feel really hungry all night and go out and buy McDonald's at 2 a.m. again.
Yeah, and Simon, if it isn't as epic as you're making it out to be, we're going to be sad.
There will be pointing and laughing if it's not suitably epic.
So we're waiting, Simon. We're waiting.
It's not like roast boar on a spit being turned around by Henry VIII, being eaten with bare hands, and it's going to be. You're going to have to work hard to make it suitably epic. I'm being looked at by Mama Foxx.
What's Chris working on?
We talked about that.
No, he didn't.
We did. Mama Foxx is saying, "What's Chris been working on?"
I did.
We talked about that.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, we did.
You might not be able to see it because my internet's playing silly thing. I know you can't see it. She's not back there yet.
Yeah.
We'll
Go
see
back to Mama Foxx. Bye. You must have blinked for that bit.
There must be a click and drag on it where your mum can run it back and have a look.
Don't confuse things. She's watching it on. She actually watches this on her Xbox. She stops playing Bejeweled for a bit and watches it on her Xbox. So I don't know how the video controls future work on Xbox. I don't want to confuse things.
So she stops shooting and maiming everybody and clicks it over to watch us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hang on.
9 o'clock, click.
Yeah, well, she knows it's 9 o'clock. That's when Murder She Wrote finishes, so she can just switch straight over to the Xbox. We've got an answer for Bench and Belly.
Bench and Bellies, yeah.
Yep. Let's have a look.
I don't know what the first one I saw.
Oh, yeah.
Started.
Osric 9000 says chips, corned beef hash, and now chocolate cake.
Oh, corned beef hash.
I do like when people assume that we know which one's which.
A-Man, welcome A-Man, says kidney pie and chips. What, kidney pie without steak? It's not steak and kidney pie?
Yeah.
Interesting. Kidney pie and chips, Revell Spitfire, and Doom 3 on Xbox.
Oh, multitasking.
Oh, yeah, Doom 3. I did Doom 3, yeah. Yeah, that's the one that came out in like 2007, isn't it? 2006. Remastered. Yeah, I've got that.
Yeah, so Mark Scopes says bench decaling a hurricane. Decaling a hurricane in North African scheme, and Billy Lasagne.
Spidicue8 says Cornish pasties 2.
Yeah, that's one Cornish pasty. And
There's one for eating and one for fishing.
yes, exactly. Northern lad. Nevbear Model Making says chicken and just chicken. What? Just a plate full of chicken.
Just a chicken.
Chicken and the Hellcat and the Honda RC213V. How do you say motorbike names? The RC213V, 213V.
I'd go to 213, but I don't know.
Why can't they just give these things names?
What, like the other Gundam things that are just numbers and things?
No. I mean, like, you get like the Ford Fiesta, the Volkswagen Golf, the Chevrolet Dumpster Fire. You get
the RV2000.
But that's a mod. You still get it's still a Ford Fiesta RX, whatever. You don't get like it's the new Ford PDT 3200X Viper.
I bet you do.
It's weird. I don't understand why bikes do that. Why can't they just give it a name? It's weird. I'll never understand motorbikes. Who's next?
When you go in a biker's pub, it seems to be a constant talk of numbers.
Yeah, it's like a maths convention without the brains. Philip Prime says cottage pie and beans again, and still Operation Market Garden Builds Part 1.
Oh, cool. Peter Rogers says cheese and egg salad and some cider.
That's right, my babber.
Cheese and egg salad.
Oh, yeah.
Cheese and egg salad.
Cheese. Yeah, why not? Phil East says belly is mac and cheese. Bench is Atalan Jackals, but spent the last week making a 1-to-1 kitchen.
Right, yes. Yeah. But it builds brownie points, doesn't it?
I can't believe Games Workshop called them Atalan. You just have to add an M to the start of it. How can you resist? I'm making some Matalan bikers. Ashley Sparrowhawk is doing the correct food, which is, of course, a green pot noodle.
What are we up to?
You'll get next.
Has Simon Payne answered us yet?
I haven't seen it, no.
We haven't got that far down yet.
Oh, obviously he has, but not yet. We haven't got there yet.
All right.
I just jumped.
We've got Phil Kett, belly, duck stir fry, bench 148th Meteor.
Oh, I like the Meteor. Classic aircraft. Yeah, nice.
Do you know where we are yet, Ted?
David Wright says salmon, potatoes, and homemade ratatouille. In his belly. Oh, right. I've read that right. I thought it was in belly. In his belly was a Challenger Mark II. No, but salmon, potatoes, and homemade ratatouille in his belly. Challenger Mark II on the bench.
All right.
Phil
Lewis says hi, Mama Fox. Wayne Haywood says belly, turkey, bacon, sausage, egg, mushroom sarnie, the fridge leftovers. Bench, a real grade Charles Zaku. Yes, 3 times more. The 33% more.
Jamie Bone says belly, chicken nuggets, mashed potatoes, and peas. Bench Bronco 135th British Army quad bike and soldiers. That's interesting.
A bit like the Atalan Jackals, but without the silly name. Yeah.
Right, I've jumped a bit. Right. Simon Payne. Here we go.
Yeah, go on.
Right. Homemade baguettes, Nando's chicken, and avocado with cream cheese in brie with a melt cheese and a fried steak with a souchon of mushrooms and melted cheese and a 2-foot-long baguette.
Okay, well, what's in your belly?
I don't know what any of that is, but it needs to go in my face.
Yeah.
Ickle Pete was jumping there. He says, belly, homemade Hunter's chicken, bench, nothing. Oh, hang on, let me start that again. Belly, homemade Hunter's chicken, bench, nothing, as I've had shingles this week. Ooh, nasty. Get well soon, dude.
Spidicue8 is asking Fox what Mama Fox has been working on.
Mama Fox has been buying things for the garden.
Hey.
She's been buying little water feature type things and bird baths and stuff and little sprinkly thing. She's bought this thing. I didn't know these were things. She's bought a bird bath. It's not arrived yet, but she's bought a solar powered fountain that goes in the bird bath, goes in any bird bath. It just floats on the surface and there's a little pump underneath it. It's solar powered. When it's sunny, the pump sprinkles the water up and you get a little water feature in your bird. It's quite delicate. It's quite tweed. But you can put it in any bird bath you want. So I said, just put it in a bird bath that's not right under the food. Otherwise it'll get covered in poop. But we have discovered we've got a bird feeder and we have a little water. It's like it's a poppy foundation glass poppy, but it's obviously a bird bath. It's about that deep. You fill it with water and it sits on a little stand. We've discovered that the wood pigeons are idiots and throw food everywhere. The blackbirds that eat from the table, even though they're ground feeders, they'll eat a bit and then they'll kick loads out deliberately. onto the floor so they can go on the floor and eat it. But what you end up with is the bird bath next to the feeder is now full of seed underwater. And for some reason, the magpies love that.
Mm.
They won't eat food off the feeder. They'll go and sit on the bird bath and get the food out of the bird bath from under the water. Weird. All the birds we get are weird. We've now also developed an owl that won't shut up at night.
Well, it's really else be making noise, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got a shouty. It's a tawny owl. We've got a shouty tawny owl that shouts. It seems to sit on my. It sounds like it's sitting on my bedroom window ledge and shouting all night. Owl.
You could probably see the light on all night going, whoo,
yeah.
whoo.
It's quite pleasant. I've not actually seen it, obviously, so, but it does seem to insist on sitting near me. But yeah, some of my folks have been working on garden things.
All the best things. You notice when the sun's out, the DIY shops fill with people buying bedding plants and soil.
We've got all the organisms. It's all the furniture now, the street furniture, the little fountains and bird tables and things that's coming out. Chancellor North Wales says belly, pasta with sauce and vegetarian mince and cheese. Ooh, sounds good. Bench, Armour Hobby 172nd, Iskra TS11 Polish jet trainer.
Cool.
I'm glad you said that one.
Phil Lewis, today was a salad day. Tinkering with a 1700 Japanese heavy cruiser.
Ooh, nice.
All right. Simon Payne says all his was homemade, so yeah, it was an epic tea.
Yes, we'll give you that one.
Yeah, but he didn't. Yeah, although we can't count it because he didn't say what was on the bench.
Yeah, true. And there was no suckling pig on a spit being turned.
Lose 2 points.
Yeah, the lusty Argonian maid. Never mind, that's a Skyrim joke. Gemma Williams says I had corned beef hash too. So I suspect then that Chris had corned beef hash.
No, I'm not a big fan of corned beef. So
but corned beef hash is nice when it's in the thing with the spuds and the veg. It looks nice.
Cynical Monk Steve says bench some scratch-built engines for the space belly. Was just beans for a spaceship. A belly was just beans. I hate it when there's no punctuation in these.
I did wonder what happened halfway through your sentence. There, I'm like something went wrong there.
He's built some engines for a spaceship. Belly was just beans on toast because he couldn't be bothered cooking. Yeah, well, probably even cold.
Yeah, probably. Anna says belly kebab roll for lunch this evening.
Oh, what is that? I need to know.
It's a kebab in a roll.
Oh,
that was lunchtime. This evening he's got a meatball sandwich with pickled cucumber.
How the other half live?
He's scratch building the interior for the engine bay of the 1/16th Panzer IV.
Going back to what we were saying about motorbikes not having proper names, Zad does point out a sensible name, and it's a real vehicle, the Mazda Bongo Friendly Autotop. We're not including Japanese vehicles because they don't have sensible car names. Then Japan will just do Japan. Yeah. Don't expect actual words and things. Yeah, it's 100% Japan. That name. AJ says belly, a span bot. I'll read a spag bowl.
Spag bowl, yeah. None of this spaghetti bolognese. Spag bowl.
Yeah, spag bowl. A bench 124 scale Sea Harrier, still awesome.
Cool.
And I've lost. Oh, there it is.
Mark Scope says, who watched Thunderbirds Are Go on TV yesterday? Really appreciate the models in that film. I've watched the Greta TV series, Thunderbirds Are Go. That is actually really, really good.
That's the new one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's actually, even though it's a kids' show, it's actually quite good. They've jazzed it up a bit. They've changed some things around, but you know what? It works. It's not like the Captain Scarlet reboot that was absolute bish they did about 20 years ago. It actually works really well. So I don't remember the movie though. I don't remember anything about
that. Sergeant Bones says steak and chips and weathering a tank.
Ooh.
Well, all the rest. Yeah. That's an ideal thing to do when you're having your tea, weather a tank.
Why not?
Cynical Mank Steve says, I knew someone would read that badly because of my bad punctuation.
Yes, yeah. A point will be deducted in future for bad punctuation.
Jamie Brown asks if anyone is watching James May's Toy Stories on BBC4. James May is a legend. Is a legend.
Yeah.
I love James May.
Whatever. I could watch the reruns, and probably no doubt these are reruns. But yeah, James May, epic. Whatever he does. Yeah.
I watched one the other day where he built the glider to go 22 miles. That was amazing. But yeah, James May, if you've not watched it, if it's still on iPlayer, go and watch The Disassembler. He's only done a handful of programs. He basically takes something apart and puts it back together again and talks about it for half an hour. It's just him in a workshop with some tools and a thing that he's taken apart from his child.
Yeah, he took a lawnmower apart and he took it right down to the last sort of nut and washer and then put it all back together.
Yeah, he did a lawnmower. He did the Flying Scotsman, Hornby train. He did a little motorbike thing. Did all kinds of stuff.
Do they still work afterwards?
Oh yeah, he puts them all back together and they work.
Mm.
Let's have a look. Anyway, I think that's everybody's what they've been eating.
Yeah,
Yeah. Jamie says he's watching the one about making Action Man go the speed of sound. Yeah, it's good that. Yeah, any James May series, be it the cars, people's cars, the disassembler, Toy Stories, just James May. I could sit and watch James May all day. He's awesome. Just watch anything that's got him in it.
Fact of the day says Foxx he bought some oven mitts from the gardener today. Bought it to sell it. No, I can't read the rest.
Wait, what?
I thought I was picking up fact of the day from Foxx. He bought some oven mitts from the garden centre.
I don't know what Foxx is actually saying.
I don't know where that was, but anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying there.
I think that's meant to say Border Collie at the last pay.
All right, I don't know.
All right, I get it. He's Border Collie at the last pay, so he bought some oven mitts from the garden
Oh,
centre.
right, I've got you.
Yeah, I get it now. We're working out. Yeah, it's all down to punctuation, guys.
Let's have a look. Aldous Erickson says, Foxx, a kebab roll is take a flatbread, put kebab meat, lettuce, tomato, cucumber, and kebab sauce over it, and then make a roll out of it. So it's just a kebab then. It's like
in a roll.
But a normal kebab you just fold over. But I suppose if you, it's just a kebab. I thought it was like some kind of kebab sandwich. It was, What if you take a kebab and then you put it between bread?
Wait a minute. Were you going to say bread, or are you going to call it one of these strange back cob things or something? Or
No, just like two massive chunks of bread.
oh, right, doorsteps.
Yeah.
Doorsteps, yeah.
Foxx says sorry in big capital letters.
Yeah, it'd be no good in an oven bottom, would it?
No, you mean a bab?
Or a bap? No,
A kebab balm.
it'd be no good in a balm. It'd have to be a couple of slices of bread.
Yeah.
Spruglu's got a good question.
Oh, go on then.
He says, if Hollywood wanted to make an eModels movie, who would you want to play you?
Ooh. Ooh.
Well, Ted's easy. Ted would be Tom Selleck, wouldn't it?
Yeah, tell me Tom Selleck straight
Yeah,
off.
that's no trouble there.
Who's a terrible actor and a bit inept?
Brian Blessed could be Foxx.
Brian Blessed.
Yeah,
You climb to the top of the volcano and eat it.
Foxx doesn't swear nearly enough.
No, but I can go loud if I need to.
Well, it'd be Hollywood, so it'd be allowed to swear.
I don't know. Who do you lot think should play us?
Well, Paul at Team Inept says that you should be Dom DeLuise. Apart from he's dead, but yes. Let's have a look.
Foxx played by Brain. Foxx would play by Jabba Binks.
Dave Cardboard says Tony's too easy. It's David Llewellyn.
Oh, of course.
If Tony ever does make it to
I think it is David Llewellyn anyway, because you never see them in the same room.
This is true, yeah.
Yeah, one day Tony will make it to his room. People will see it does look like David Llewellyn. Chris says Ray Winstone. Oh, I can't stand Ray Winstone.
I can't picture him. I don't know.
Southern bloke, annoying. Each one is punchable face. Yeah. Gaz Vickers says Danny DeVito for Chris. You're talking about Chris. Who's David Llewellyn, says Team Inept, the guy that plays Crichton. He also did Scrap Heap Challenge. You'd know him when you saw him. He looks just like Tony. In fact, I've got a photograph. Shall I get a photo? I've just happened to have.
Do we have to guess if it's a photo of Tony or...
Let's have a look. I shall.
Zesta says, I have a mate called David Llewellyn, if that helps.
Hey, he'll be. Gaz Vickers says Dick Van Dyke. I'm not that old.
I don't know, actually. Dick Van Dyke. Possible.
Cobra, look, Shambrew.
Yeah, Robert Llewellyn's what they're meaning, but not Dave. I don't know where David came from.
I can't find a picture. Oh, there we go. Right, I'll do a screen share. Hang on.
Right. I'll lock it on. I'll try and lock it on you.
It is locked on me. I shall do a screen share.
Oh dear.
And there we have. Is that Tony or is that David Robert, whatever his name is, Llewellyn?
Yeah.
Can you tell which one it is?
Yes. That's taken just outside Watford.
Yeah. That is actually Llewellyn, but it looks just uncannily like Tony.
It does today.
Tony.
Well, we need a picture of Tony in a match, but it'd be, I don't think we've got one.
No, unfortunately.
None that we can show on here.
No. I'm going to just quickly refresh because my connection's gone a bit ropey. Hang on.
Right.
I'm hoping to see if Ted's goes ropey. Well, then we'll all be ropey together.
I'm back.
Yeah, mine hasn't been ropey tonight. I've got the least technologically sound PC, and it seems to be working fine.
That's good because you've got all the charge of the streaming and the buttons, so it's a good job it is as well.
Yeah, despite things falling off it.
See if that makes mine better for 5 seconds.
Mark Scope says Foxx, you play by Chuck Norris. I'm not that manly. I can't chop a rock in half just by telling it to chop itself in half. David Bellamy for Foxx. I've trimmed my beard back. Lots of tiny organisms. Also, I believe in climate change, so I'll David Bellamy wouldn't work. Zach Galifianakis could be playing Foxx. I don't know who that is.
No.
Who's Galifianakis?
Mark Scope says Ted could be John Cleese.
Nah, but the more mature John Cleese. Well,
Don't know. He's got a bit of a belly on him now, John Cleese.
Mm-hmm.
Ted's a bit of a skinny lad, aren't you, Ted?
What makes you think I haven't? I'm always sat down.
Well, you didn't. Last time I met you, you didn't have a belly going on. David Ross played Crichton in Series 2, Robert Llewellyn after that. I didn't know that.
No, there was a different one for like one episode in. Yeah.
Ted could be George Clooney. Technically, because George Clooney's getting a bit older. He's got the grey hair coming on, so give him a moustache. Yeah. You're getting all the decent-looking actors, Ted.
I know. Well, I just can't help it, yeah.
I don't know.
Am I just getting the ones people want to punch?
Russell Williamson says John Cleese is a great shout. Chris Frogspawn says Chris Alistair Sim. Who's Alistair Sim?
I don't know any of these people.
Do we mean like the old 1940s 50 actor that was in all the
what do you mean you don't know Alistair Sim? Everybody knows Alistair
Sim. Was it him that was in like
what was it?
Snicker on Lace and all the
Lady Killers and things like that.
Is that Alistair Sim there or is that somebody else?
Yeah, that's Alistair Sim. Who's in Lady Killers, Citrinians.
Well, that's what I thought, but I'm thinking that's not really. No, I can't see that being Chris. Oh no, you know who I could see playing Chris? James Robertson Justice.
Oh.
Now, if you don't, now you can't tell me off for not knowing how related to him. You've always played the chief surgeon in all the nurse hospital films. He looked a bit like he had the kind of pointy Henry VIII style beard. Was always like
a bit like Bob Symes, wasn't he?
Yeah, a bit like Bob Symes.
LD says Foxx, Will Ferrell, Chris, Ricky Gervais.
Oh God,
Ted, Vin Diesel.
Again, Chris, you get the punchable. You get the punchable.
I'm not sure about Ted being Vin Diesel though. I don't.
Yeah,
I can't see that.
Schwarzenegger, Stallone, and Bob Hoskins says Sprue Blue. No.
Simon Payne says, "What would the eModels movie be called?"
It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor.
eModels, the movie.
Make something awesome.
I've got news for you. There is no bathroom. I forgot what the line was then.
Paul says the film would obviously be called Slap It On.
Slap it on. Slapping it on.
Slap it on in a cinema near you from Monday.
Just 5 minutes from this theatre.
Philly says Bob Hoskins is a great shout out for Chris, to which Paul says, I think you'll find I'm Bob Hoskins, not Chris.
I don't know. I don't think Bob Hoskins really ever swore that much.
I don't swear that much. So it might have been for me. Paul,
yes.
is
afraid of swearing.
Paul is indeed. Yeah. Slap it in your basket too, says Sprue Crew.
Carry on with the eModels. Ooh, matron.
Oh, matron. When I was skinnier, I would have been that spawny guy from Carry On Films, but now I've got a belly on me, so I can't be that little spawny guy anymore. My wife watches all the Carry On films. Knows them all. Paul says he doesn't know why I do impersonate Mario from Glove and Boots when he tries to do Arnie. I don't.
Anyway, it's about time we did a what's in store, I think.
Can we do what's in store? It's not Ted's turn. It's Fox's turn.
Not Ted's turn, it's my turn. What body parts I can get in tonight, shall we?
Yeah, so now we know that we can do what's in store and screen sharing successfully. We'll go for it. But
Yes,
yeah,
lock it on me again,
Lucas. Yeah, I'll lock it on you again. There we go.
Nope, not yet. There we go. Now, don't forget, of course, there is the theme. It's kind of dead easy tonight. I've been a bit boring and sensible. It's kind of easy. There is the theme. And what we want you to do, once I've gone through all the things that are in store and I come back to you and you see this beautiful visage in front of you and I say, what's the theme, go, then you can answer in chat. And the first person to get the answer correct in chat will win a sticker that I haven't got out because I'm brilliant.
Yeah, I posted some stickers as well today, by the way. So the lucky people will get some in the post maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after, but they've been posted.
Yes. So that's what they'll win. Now, of course, before we do anything, well, I'm getting everything ready. There's always a lag between the video and the chat at this point. So before we do anything, what I need you to do is hit refresh on your browser and then drag the slider across. So refresh and drag, refresh and drag. That'll get the video up to date with the chat and you have a better chance of getting it. Don't forget, of course, just because you're first person to put the comment in on your screen doesn't mean you are in the actual live YouTube chat. So make sure that just because I'll say that again, if you're first in your chat, don't be saddened if you don't win because we go off the chat that YouTube sees, not the chat that you see at your end.
Did I get the answer right, by the way?
I don't know. What did you? Don't tell me what you said. Don't give me your name, Pike.
Dallas.
Right. So anyway, yes, but it is a theme. So hopefully you've all refreshed and dragged by now. And Zazta does the little symbol.
I'm practicing. It's like that.
Remember. Yeah, but if you put the answer down in chat before I ask you to put the answer down, we will ignore your answer. Well, even if you're right, you won't win. So, and it's not bears, Osric, because I've done that before. Right, so I shall now do a screen shareage. We'll do the Inception thing first.
Phillies has a question. Ted, did you get my email for last week's competition? Yes, did. Sent it off to the guys at eModels, and they'll send the price out to you.
That sounds like a Japanese anime name. Question Ted.
Question Ted. Question Ted.
It could be Question El Ted.
Question El Ted.
El Ted. Right. Anyway, yes. So these are the things we have for tonight. Remember, the third one is the one that is it Mark that needs to order the third one in store? Remember?
Everybody.
Yes. So we need to order all of them. Now, don't forget, of course, of all these things I'm going to show you, we don't know how many they've got in stock. So if you see something you like, don't sit around. Do you want things to do, Ted?
Slap it in your basket.
He's near the microphone ready then. Yes, and don't forget, of course, it's not yours till you've paid for it. So if there's only one in stock and you get it in your basket and you're slow, somebody else can come in and take it away and pay for it before you do so. Don't leave it in your basket forever. What you need to do is...
Slap it on. No, wait. No, wrong one. Hey.
It's not yours till you check it out.
There you go. So get it in your basket and get it out and checked out at ASAP if you want any of these. Right, where are we? Thank you, Chris. So the first one tonight we have is, yes, starting small, the Humbrol acrylic rail colour garter blue. As you can see, it's old British rail blue. There we go. If you're painting some old BR stock, it's kind of a nice. It's actually a really nice blue colour. It's a very similar colour to me, blue.
Yeah, looks like French blue.
Yeah, kind of French blue. It's like a slightly lighter French blue. It's very similar to Tamiya medium blue, actually. I'll get it right. And Tamiya medium blue is a brilliant colour for cockpits on Y-wings. So if you added a little tiny bit of white to this, you could do the brilliant Y-wing blue cockpit. And X-wing cockpits are also slightly blue.
Max Scope said it's Mallard blue.
It's what?
Mallard blue.
Mallard. No, it's more like knackered old Deltic near Sellafield blue, I think. Because if you go to Sellafield, if it's still there, when I was a kid, went on the day trip to Sellafield to look around the power station. There's an old Deltic tractor rail, thing on the sidings just there. And it was just abandoned, so I went into the cab and there was an old copy of The Sun from like 1978. It was brilliant. Yeah, so there you go. Humbrol acrylic rail colour garter blue, £1.79. They're quite good, the Humbrol acrylics. They're not bad actually.
I've used them. I've got a few in my stock somewhere. They're not bad. Yeah, People knock them, but they're all right in small doses when you want touch-ups and things like that.
Yeah, they're good for little details. They're not. I wouldn't say they're fantastically brushable, but they can be. But they are nice and sprayable. They're very nice when you spray.
They certainly spray well.
Yeah, they do spray a bit of thinner in there, and they spray nice. They're just a bit of a pain to get out of the little pot, but you can't go wrong with them. They're good little paints. For £1.79, doing a bit of touch-up, reach for one of these, no problem. So yeah, add them to your collection. Nice little touch-up pots. So that's the rail colour garter blue. Next, I don't know why it's garter. I don't see any garters. I'll move on now. Next, Ted's getting shanked.
Where have I seen that before?
I don't know. This is the Trumpeter 148 DKM U-boat Type 7C U552 World War II. This is, of course, the U-boat that Ted has just finished. It's approximately 32 feet long, give or take 28 feet. It's about 4.5. What is it? It's actually 1,398.3 millimeters.
Which works out at rather big.
Yeah,
I like the 0.3 millimeters. I'm impressed by that.
It works out to be about 0.92 of a sideboard.
Yeah, I could tell you it's just over the length of a dinner table.
Yep. If we still had it from my days as a kid in the 70s, it would be about 1 gramophone long. We used to have a gramophone.
Oh yeah, gramophone with the little.
No, sorry, not a gramophone. It'd be one radiogram. That's sort of
radiogram with a lift up lid.
Yeah, and it had the little recess bit for all the records and things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it like 1.1 side?
1.1 side. Yeah, there you go. If you're northern, it's
about the radiogram. Did you have the radiogram where you slotted the these records stood up on the side? Or did you have
there's like a little ridged tray thing that they.
Are you thinking about a jukebox?
Oh no! It was either that or you had the K-Tel sort of disc selector on.
No. Ours was proper 1960s. Wooden. We'll have to do this when we've got our faces back on screen. It had the thing, the dial on the front where you saw what channel you were tuned into. It was like the front of a Citroen Speedo. Speedo, and it had like little stickers that we'd had in the early 70s saying Radio Luxembourg and things like that.
Yeah, that's it.
We
shall talk about that shortly.
Yes. Anyway, yes, this is the legendary Trumpeter 148 U-boat. This is the one Ted has built. It is pretty much the size of a very big rice. It comes with approximately 150 figures, as Ted will tell you.
Yeah, it comes with two crews, a reserve crew and a working crew.
Mm-hmm. Oh. And down here just happens to be a photograph of Ted's car with a big box sticking out the back.
Yeah, that was all them years ago when we went to collect it.
Oh, press play. Oh, no. What am I doing? I didn't mean to do that. You can see here shots of Ted as showing things off. Look at the size of that compared to a human finger.
I was sort of had to lie down in the dark room. I laid down in the dark room for 2.5 years after that.
Yeah, but it was a dark room, but you could still feel the steely glare from Mrs. Ted, couldn't you? Piercing through the darkness.
If you get this kit, it will take over your life.
Yes, it is a beautiful, beautiful kit. It's 359 quid, but it's got so many parts. 1,100 plus parts. It's like buying about 8 or 9 different kits. Each of the bits of the hull is broken into a different module, and each of those modules is a full kit in itself.
Yeah, so you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kits in that box.
Yep. And of course, it's Trumpeter, so you get beautiful, beautiful molding. You get millions of tiny little parts. It is the whole. Is it just one half that's clear, Ted? Isn't it? I think.
Yeah, just one half. What I did, as you see in the videos, as you could probably know, I painted over some of that clear. But you can just leave one half it completely clear. See the whole.
So would you say it's a once in a lifetime kit, Ted, or are you going to do it?
Yeah.
Are you going to do another one?
I've done it. I don't want to do it again because I've done it, but you do it once and you can be happy with it. You can make it your own. It becomes part of your life. You'd be sorry to see it go. I shall shed a tear as I walk away from eModels.
Is that just because it's so heavy?
Yeah,
you have to pull something. So yes, it's a premium kit, but it is literally a once in a lifetime build. I mean, once you've got that on your shelf, built and painted, it's just you're not going to beat it. It's
impressive. And it's easy to keep cleaning. You can clean because it's a submarine. You can just dust over the surface. It doesn't gather everywhere.
Yeah, so you could spend months and months and months and months and months working on that. Have great fun. So that's the Trumpeter 148th V7C U-boat U552. Comes with a photo etch as well, Ted, I think.
There was some. I saw a
Yeah,
picture of it.
there's quite a bit of photo etch in there.
Yeah, photo etch and all that goodness. You will need to get yourself some of the Ammo by MiG rubber rigging because it doesn't come with rigging straight enough.
Yeah, it doesn't come. Yeah,
Plenty of so there you are. It's the DKM U-boat Type 7C. Next,
DKM Deutsche Kriegsmarine.
Deutsche Kriegsmarine. Das ist richtig.
Although it does say if you get a second one, Mrs. Ted will probably bury you in it.
Yeah. You've just got rid of it. You're not putting another one on the sideboard.
Oh, yeah. If you get another one of these, she'll take you to a lot more quilt shows. Next we have the AMT 125th Cobra Racing Team Shelby Cobra and 53 Ford pickup and trailer set. This is one of the AMT classic. They're going through this spate of re-releasing classic AMT kits, but they're kind of tarting them up a little bit. They're improving, sorting out the odd molds. They're sort of doing things to them to make them a bit more palatable to the modern audience. And for this one, it's a special kit because they've actually put 3 models together. They've put the Cobra. Now that is sort of lump in your trousers moment. That is that kind of car. Oh. They're giving you this lovely Cobra. Also, they're giving you the Ford pickup and the trailer as well. It's a 3 kits in 1 retro deluxe box. It has a 3-in-1 Shelby Cobra racer, a 53 Ford pickup, a super detailed trailer, full color customizing decal sheet, real metal intake stack option for Cobra's engine, pad printed slicks, and white wall tires. So it's one of their re-releases. It's got the original ever so terrible box art. It's like, wow, that was printed by like
I think what would be a good idea for this is that you could wrap the pickup truck up and then have a nice shiny Cobra on the trailer behind you.
Yeah, they could do. But yeah, I love this art. The artwork's very like A-level student who's been studying like Monet. And he's no.
None about it's always the Shelby Cobra, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just like it's the closest the Americans got to making anything that was as moisture making as an E-type. It's not that close, but it's the closest they got to making something that moistening as an E-type Jag. But yeah, 3-in-1. Again, it's one of these like 3-in-1 kits, so you're getting a good chunk of stuff for your money. And they are classic kits, and they're slightly improved for the modern audience. So,
80 quid, yeah, 3 kits in 1. Well, certainly two car kits, isn't there?
Yeah, you get the truck, you get the car, and you get the trailer. So yeah, if you like your old kits, does it come with comes with the metal intake stakes? So I don't know if that means it's not a curbside kit. Oh yeah, it says for Cobra's engine, so I'm guessing the Cobra at least isn't a curbside kit. But yeah, check that out. So that's the AM 125th Cobra Racing Team Shelby Cobra, and a Ford pickup and a trailer. Next we have Paul will be swearing now. We have the Revell 142nd scale. Thanks, Revell.
Yes, Revell, isn't it?
That universal scale of almost 144 scale, but not quite.
I don't think you'd notice.
Yeah. North Sea trawler. Why didn't they just do it 144 scale?
Because it isn't, but
why did Revell do this? You just take a standard scale and then they just...
Yeah, I think this kit was actually taken from a radio control kit. It certainly was. I think it was designed for radio control.
So it's just a little bit off.
So, yeah.
They made it to fit the radio control thing and then worked out what scale it was.
Yeah, so it's basically box scale then, if we're talking Revell, isn't it? It just makes like, now the new 171st scale. Wait, what? Yeah, so it's the Revell 142nd North Sea trawler. It's got a detailed hull deck. It includes deck structures, always good. Radar mast, rail inflatable life raft containers, 2 masts, 1 lifeboat, double cable winch on deck, and 2 figures. Oh, cool. Comes with dudes. Because, buy a lot of these kits, you'll have a whole stash of 142nd scale figures.
It's a pretty basic kit, but it can be made into something nice. I'll add a lot of detail to it. There's a lot of detail missing on it.
Yeah,
but it can be made up quite a nice kit.
If you remember, many moons ago, we were talking about doing boats and stuff, and I said that I had no interest in doing ships and boats. But the only kind of boats that really interested me visually were things like the old tramp steamers. Because they were often in bad repair and rusted and poorly cared for, and they had an interesting profile and they looked nice. They were a bit like tiny Titanics with the uppy downy bits and stuff. But this has got that kind of, you could kind of weather this up into be a sort of derelict old, not a tramp steamer obviously, but you could as I like to call it,
North Sea Trawler took a pretty fair battering anyway, so
why don't you put it in a water diorama?
Yeah. So you could definitely have some fun with it. And at the end of the day, it's 12 quid.
Yeah, and it's Revell, so you can do what you want with it.
Yeah, it's 12 quid. It's a fun little project, and you could have some great fun just battering it and weathering it nicely. So there you go. Nice little weekend bit of fun kit there. So that's the Revell 141. I keep saying 142nd. 142nd North Sea Trawler. Next, we have the Ammo MiG Jimenez 0.2mm Air Viper airbrush. Not a lot of people know that Ammo do their own airbrushes. Now, I don't know if they're just rebrands. They could be. I don't think they are, but I'm not sure. I'm not going to say I know for sure. But I do hear tell they are quite very good. This is the 0.2mm. So this kind of scale muzzle is for your super fine deep. You're not going to be putting primer on with this puppy. You're not going to be putting on your base coats. But if you're doing like figures or miniatures, or you want to just do some very fine airbrush work, if you're doing very fine blending or anything like that where you want some real tight control and real tiny areas, for example, if you're doing this kind of size brush would be great for German forest camo on vehicles, possibly even on figures if it goes. I don't know about figures maybe, but especially like tanks, that kind of patchy spotty camo pattern, or aircraft, the spotty camo they had, that kind of thing. Anything where you want real fine control, 0.2mm is perfect. You can't use it for much else, but it is perfect for that real fine stuff. And also, if you're doing like miniatures, if you want to airbrush, say, miniatures or tiny 1/35 figures, 3.5 nozzle is a bit big. 0.2, you could do a lot of fine work with that. It's a good feed double action airbrush.
It's worth bearing in mind as well that the eModels don't just sell airbrushes; they sell the spares and all the add-ons and extras for them as well now. So.
Yep. And if it's your first ever airbrush and you're looking at getting compressors and stuff, if you're not sure, you just need to give the guys at eModels a call and say, "This is my budget. What can I get? What do you think I should start with?" They won't try and rip you off. They won't try and sell you the most expensive piece of kit. They'll fit what they can for your budget and get you started. And whenever you're starting out to airbrush, we always say, if you're just starting out, there's no point buying the big expensive ones first. Start off at the other end of the market and just make sure you're happy with airbrushing first. And then
buy a nice mid-range airbrush, something that you.
Yeah. And that's what this is. This is a kind of nice mid-range. It's pretty much, this is kind of mid-range, not beginner price, but it's mid-range. It's a good mid-range brush. If you're just starting out, a good option. It's got it's gravity feed, which is good. It's double action, which is good. 0.2 nozzle. It's got Teflon O-rings, which means you should be fine for your solvents. Let's have a look. Technical pencil line, 0.4mm to 4.5 centimeters, up to 19 microns. Comfortable trigger. A fine reversible spear tip guarded air cap for better airbrush performance, easy cleaning, trigger range adjustment, and air hose connection is a 1/8 size. So yeah, if you're just starting to get in, check these out. Not a lot of people know that Ammo have been doing their airbrushes now, but they are doing their own, and I do hear tell they are quite good. So check it out. Good price for that. It's about the same price as a Neo, and a Neo is a fantastic beginner airbrush. So it's about the same price. So there you go. If you're looking for a 0.2, this will complement a 0.5 or a 0.35 really nicely for your fine work, if you do a lot of fine work. And last of all, we have, it's red.
Red.
It's Mr. Hobby Gunsei Sanyo 10mm aqueous color red madder. There you go. Not much you can say again. It's red. It's a red paint. It's the Aqueous Hobby colors. It's water-based acrylics. They are really, really nice. The Mr. Hobby water-based aqueous colors. Great for airbrushing. They are really nice. They're nice, bold pigments. And like most acrylics, not all acrylics are good for brushing, but the Gunsei I like the Humbrol, are really nice airbrushed. So if you're looking for good bold airbrush colours, and again, it's $1.99, so add it to your stash of colours. Absolutely brilliant. So that's it. I'll go over it very quickly again, see if anybody's got the. I can't see the chat, so I assume everybody's been guessing.
I thought I had
I
it.
haven't been guessing yet. No.
No, okay, so we have the Humbrol acrylic rail colour garter blue. We have the Trumpeter 148th U-boat type 7C. We have the Cobra with the Ford pickup and the trailer. We have the North Sea trawler. We have the Ammo by Meg Air Viper airbrush, and we have the aqueous colour red Madder. So I shall stop the screen sharing. If you could unlock it from me, Ted Wardicus, that would be lovely.
I think it does it automatically when you stop screen sharing.
Does
on
it?
this.
Cool.
Does
And
it?
I shall say, what's the theme? Go. Dead easy.
I'm watching the chat, waiting for it.
I'm watching.
Wrong with what's in store. I get it, says Dave Cardboard.
Uh,
Yeah, chat will go.
Yep.
Yeah, we are straight in there with Pete Rogers says really random, but you'll kick yourself when you see it. It's David Foxx is correct with snakes. Yes,
Snakes.
first post that came out was a snake. Everybody's got it apart from Pete Rogers. Sorry, Pete.
And Sergeant Bone says peanuts.
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 So yeah, so it was snake. So of course, if you're wondering, do I need to go back again? I'll do a screen share again. Hang on, I've lost my thing now. Where's it gone?
Yeah.
Locked it back on me, Ted. I'll do it. So of course,
Explain yourself.
yeah, we had the rail colour garter snake.
Right.
We had the U-boa.
Yeah, right.
U-boat. We had the Cobra. That's kind of obvious one. We had the Revell 147 scale North Sea snakes. Sneakes. The Air Viper, that's obvious one. And then this one, the red Adder. See?
Oh,
Yeah, I do think I've been associating with you for far too long.
yeah.
Oh man, I've all gone wrong now. So I shall stop sharing. There we go. So there we go, snakes. I didn't put a nose or a face or an ear or anything in there, though, did I? So,
Ear snake. No.
snakes.
So that was David Foxx, was it?
David Foxx. So well done, David. You got it right. You've won yourself a big fat sticker. All you need to do is send an email to ted@emodels.co.uk with your name and address. And just in the title, just put down that you won a big sticker. And we'll know.
Yeah.
Now, if you're doing some stickers tonight, it does take us approximately months and months and months to get round to posting because Ted and I live nowhere near a post office.
Yeah, I did post some today,
Oh,
so
good.
there'll be some lucky people getting them within the next day or so.
Yep.
But yeah, you might actually win, take part, and we might say you've won a big sticker, but you might get an envelope with 2 or 3 stickers in it. So
Yeah.
Have you forgotten what you put in envelopes again?
Yeah. When Ted's posting them out, you just get some stuff in an envelope.
Yeah. What I've done, I've got a wodge full of envelopes, and I've got a wodge full of stickers, and I just put them all in, and then I seal them up, and then when people sort of win, I write the name on the front, and then
So if you do win a sticker and you receive Ted's car keys, could you please return them?
Yeah, if you can go, we'll give you his address. You can go and pick up your car. Yeah. So if you do win a sticker, you might not necessarily get a big sticker.
Yeah. So what will happen in future is that you'll get an envelope containing everybody else's stickers that we just ask you to send them on.
Yeah. That's what eModels did to us. They said, hey, we should give away some stickers next day. Big envelope with stickers turns up, and we're like, oh,
Yeah.
expecting that. It's where as long as you don't get a big box full of mugs, I'll be all right.
Zesta says, a big Snickers, excellent.
Yes. So yes, it does take you could be waiting for a long time, but you will get stickers. If you win a mug, that goes out from the guys at eModels, so you'll get that fairly quickly. But with stickers, it's down to me and Ted. Ted lives in the middle of nowhere, and I don't live near a post office. So
I can't get into my post office because it's either shut or surrounded by sheep.
yeah. So yeah.
Plugged into my stuff. Yeah, I'll get some emails. Excuse me, I'll get some email stickers and send some. Send you stickers out email.
Yeah. But if as long as you've mailed in and said I won this sticker, even if it was 6 months ago, you will get it eventually. We know you're waiting for a sticker.
I'll just wait till you win another sticker, then I'll send them out in bulk.
Yeah. Don't forget, of course, if you're placing an order at eModels, you can just ask them to include a sticker in the pack for you. They'll happily put a sticker in there for you.
Ted says I can have a sticker, so they'll stick one in your order.
Just get to do that. We've ordered a sticker, brilliant. I'll go and order something.
just tell them that you want a sticker, and they'll send you one, even if you didn't.
People have been asking about model making chicken. Nobody's seen model making chicken or cat for a while.
They are still around. They are still fighting with each other. But she goes to bed just before we come on air, so we'll get around to it.
You ever seen model making chicken and model making cat at the same time?
Yeah, that's it. Right. Should we give something else away? Because have we got some things to give away tonight?
We have the stickers on the mugs. Yes.
Good. Right. What should we give away next?
Should we do some stickies?
That's it. Yeah, we'll do the sticker. Yeah, Right. We've got a few questions, haven't we?
Remember, we do these as a twofer, so you get the big and the little sticker together.
Okay. Yeah.
The same as before. We're going to ask you a question. Whoever gets the answer first, right in chat, wins the whatever we're giving away. And do it
right. I'll call the first question.
If we do use one from email, we don't fact check these things. If somebody sends a mail saying what is the such and such, and they give the answer, we assume that's the correct answer. So don't shout, because if the answers are ever wrong, we don't. We're far too lazy to check this stuff.
Right? Yeah. You check the answers because we don't have to.
Yep. Pete Rogers says my stickers were very well packed. In fact, I thought I won the U-boat.
Can't be from me then.
Mark Scope says stickers are a nice addition to an already great show. Just glad to be conversing with a great bunch of guys. He's smiling now. He's trying to get some free
I think he's talking about the people in chat.
Yeah. He's after something now. Thank you, Mark.
Right, I found a question in the mail bag, the eModels email bag.
Ooh.
Yes, I've got it right. For 2 stickers tonight, and the question comes from David Wright. And his question is, what is the only airport where scheduled flights use the beach as a runway? Cool.
I know that one.
Chris, you're not modelling stickers. I'm most disappointed.
I don't know where a big sticker is. I think I might have sent it out
all away. Gemma Williams complains that her stickers weren't packed at all.
They were packed by my hands.
They were packed in your hand.
What's the only airport where scheduled flights use
the answer? I need to look at what the answer is.
I looked at the answer. I knew the answer already, really.
You didn't really.
And there we are. Simon Payne comes up.
Payne's in, yeah.
Yeah, Simon Payne says the answer is Barra in the Outer Hebrides. So
not Barra in Cumbria.
I'm going to say, know where you live.
Yeah, not Barra where I live. We do have an airport. It's called Barrow International Airport, but it doesn't go international.
Yeah, I did hear once somebody call those islands the Outer Hebrides, and I was like, I just wanted to hit them. Like the Outer Hebrides. I'm like, whoa, you're a tourist from abroad, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's how it should be, isn't it? Really.
Hebrides.
Well, thank you very much, David Wright, for your question.
Yeah, thank you. Whoever won that, because I've forgotten already, just send them out at emodels.co.uk and say that you won both stickers. Put it in the title that you won 2 stickers, and we'll include your name and address in the email. Cool. What's next? Anders Ericsson has sent us a picture of a kebab roll.
Is he?
I've got to go now. Bye.
Yeah.
You said there's nothing special there. It's just a kebab.
He sent a picture, kebab roll, not a kebab.
Yeah, well, the second one's a kebab, isn't it?
It's a picture of a kebab, and now I want all the kebabs in the world.
I can see one's a roll and one's a kebab, but they look exactly the same. But
they look awesome, and like they need to be in my face. I'm really sad now because I don't have access to a kebab. Let's have a look. Here we go. I've got a question then for a mug.
A mug? A mug.
Yes, it's a mug. This is the Mark II mug. Remember, if you win a mug, If you win a sticker, you'll be waiting for months. Don't worry about it. If you win a mug, because even Chris can model a mug now. If you win a mug, we send your details to the guys at eModels, and they will post that out to you. So you probably get it a lot more quicker than we would if we were sending them out.
A lot more quicker.
A lot more quicker. So here we go. Here's a question from Andy Dalton. It's a gaming question.
Oh,
there we go. He says, "Hi Ted, one for the aged gamers."
Yep, listening.
Yeah, he says, Doom 3 was reissued on Xbox One last week. It's an id Software game. Doom 3. What year was the original Doom released on PC? Go.
I had that.
Oh. No, I was a Quake boy. I got Quake and then Quake 2.
Quake was after. That was Doom was first.
Yeah, you nearly said when it came out. And Sprugler isn't right. I nearly said Sprugler was right. Then he's not.
No, he wasn't.
It's the original. When did the original Doom?
Got lots of answers.
Yeah.
Technically, Pete Rogers is correct because he says he doesn't know.
But yeah, that's true. Phil Kett is the first one, I think. Am I right there?
That's the first one I saw that was correct, yes.
Phil Kett says 1993, and indeed that is when it came out. It was an MS-DOS-based shareware game. So Phil Kett, well done. You won yourself and mug.
Oh, Simon would have won if he hadn't bothered typing in the date as well. We didn't ask for the date.
Yeah, you could have saved yourself a few seconds and just 1993. Yeah, so well done. You win yourself and mug. Phil, just send an email to ted@emodels.co.uk and say you've won and mug. Put and mug in the title so we know.
And mug, and we'll send it to
Michael Jackman says Chris's bandwidth has improved. Shh.
Yeah. What have you done? Have you done anything?
Ixnay on the.
Yeah, don't
tell
the. It's like finished now.
I think Mrs. Williams has finished her streaming now.
I think she stopped watching.
She stopped watching.
Yeah.
We'll find out in a minute. She'll complain. She always watches to the end because that's when she demands a cup of tea.
Yeah, that's true. Don't tempt the wrath of the whatever from high atop the thing is all I'm going to say. Yeah, you are. You're suddenly now all clear and nice. Somebody stopped doing something in your house that was eating up your upload.
No, it is.
Yeah, are the kids streaming anything or so, Love Island or anything like that?
You need to ask some questions about your household, I think.
That does say the sound has desynced now, though.
No, it's all right for me.
Yeah, looks all right for us. Yeah,
everyone's a critic.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you're getting issues with audio syncing, by the way, you just need to refresh YouTube because it does lag after a while. You do get a lag on sync and stuff.
Yeah, or click and drag.
Yeah. 1993 says Mark Scopes. I was on an Amiga 1200 back in those days. I was on an Amiga 500 with the 512K expansion, and I was writing music in Octamed. Who remembers? If you had an Amiga, who remembers Octamed?
I didn't have an Amiga.
Just because you're Southerner. Southerners had Atari STs.
I had Atari ST. I had a BBC Model B.
Oh, that was 83, not 2093.
Yeah, I had a Archimedes.
Oh,
I stuck with Acorn.
Archimedes. Did you get one of them Nokia Navigator phones as well in the mid 2000s?
No, the one from the Matrix where you click the button.
I had one of them, the 7510. I got my mate to give me his specifically because it was like, I want that phone. When he got rid of it, I had it.
You just nicked it.
No, I didn't nick it, but I had it like 2 years after they came out because he got a new phone.
Apparently, Foxx is out of sync. Ted and Chris are fine.
Yeah.
You kill my family. I kill you now. Ted went to school with Archimedes, says Paul at Inept.
Yeah, taught me all I know.
Yes. We had, what do we have? In my house, we started off, here's our video game history. We started off with a Binatone Pong machine in the early 70s. Literally, Binatone, black and white Binatone with the slidey switches.
Ours was a Philips Grandstand.
Ooh. Then early 80s, we got an Atari 400 with the flat keyboard. Brilliant. One cartridge slot. 8-bit computing. And I found that a few years ago without thinking, kind of threw it all out and should have kept it. Then I got a Spectrum 48. I think we had like a ZX Spectrum at a ZX81.
Was that the one with the rubber keys?
That was the basic Spectrum. The 48 had a proper keyboard. It had 48K. Then we got an Amiga 500. And that was it then until like desktop PCs 10 years later.
I honestly can't remember what my first computer was.
It was an Abacus, wasn't it, Ted?
No, I think that when I got into computing, I think we'd progressed beyond cassette tapes, and we've gone on to floppy disks.
Oh, I thought you were talking about one of them ones with the holes punched in the cards that you have to put in the front.
IBM, an international business machine, you mean? The thing that depresses me is I think to myself, yeah, I grew up with computers in like the 90s and stuff. Well, I'm a modern kid, and I was like, no, because my first job, we had computers that were the dumb terminal, monochrome, like Robco terminal, Fallout style.
Yeah.
Not actually a computer there. We type stuff in, and it's all computers in Swansea. I've been working for 4 years before I even touched my first Windows.
When your monitor's got the choice of two colours, green and not green.
It was actually gold colour. It was like a yellowy gold colour, which is why whenever I play Fallout now, I make sure to change my Pip-Boy to a yellowy gold colour. Because I used to put it for the DVLA, and it was like dumb terminals. You'd book driving tests, and you just had a monitor and a keyboard, and there was like a network that it connected to. And it was 4 years before I even touched a Windows PC.
Yeah, that was how the police were used to work. That was my first introduction really to computers. That was just the police PNC screen.
Yeah.
It was just a green screen and just figures going.
We can tell how young some of the people in chat are. Jamie says, my first gaming console was a PS2.
Oh, my first gaming console was, well, apart from that Pong thing in 1973, was.
We had Pong.
No, actually, our first console was a Super Nintendo. It was a SNES that my mum bought for herself.
Of course.
Not for us. She got it for herself. My first console was at Xbox. Mum, we had a SNES and then nothing, and then Mum got a PS2. We didn't get a PS2. Mum got a PS2. And then I got myself an Xbox, seeing as nobody else was going to get me a games console, so I got myself an Xbox.
Mark Scope says, I used to spend hours typing in lists of data for games from the magazines, only to find it wouldn't work, and then wait for the next issue, reprinting the typos. All in BASIC.
That was always the way. I used to love sitting because we had the Atari 400. We got like the BASIC book and how to type in BASIC and stuff, and because it was a flat keyboard. It wasn't the chiclet keys. It was a flat keyboard, like a membrane keyboard, and you press the key, like make a little noise, like a digital. I don't know why I liked it. I just did. Modern. If you looked at it now, it'd be a pain in the backside to type on.
Yeah, Simon Payne. I just jogged a memory there. Remembers Indiana Jones on the Commodore 128. Yeah, I remember playing Indiana Jones. Now, I seem to recall it was cartridges. It must have been an Atari then. That's probably my first gaming console.
It could have been
big chunky cards.
Well, Commodore 64s and 128s had cartridge slots as well.
Could have been it then. But certainly Indiana Jones. There was Indiana Jones and Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars. That could have been Atari. But what was I going to say? Somebody said something. I just remembered something and then I instantly forgot it. Brilliant. I can't remember what it was. It was probably the most amazing thing ever. I was going to say.
We all heard it. It was lovely. It was great.
Oh, here's one for any Amiga owners. Who else tried to play Space Ace on Amiga?
It did not work.
Classic Laserdisc game, Space Ace. It worked if you had the 512K expansion, and because it had like 40 discs, and it was literally each little section had like you had one joystick move up, down, left, or right would be the right one.
Yeah.
If you got it wrong, you'd be dead, and you have to start the whole game again. You'd be like, oh.
Who's insert this one?
And me and a friend spent a whole day one day figuring out all the right moves for it. And once you knew all the right moves, it took about 2 minutes to play the game. But once you didn't know the moves, before that, it was like, oh, it looked fantastic. But
that was the sequel to Dragon something, wasn't it?
Yeah, Dragon
Quest, Dragon something.
Quest. Yeah, well, I remember playing that in the arcades when it came out and just hating everything because you didn't know it. Once you know,
Dragon's Lair. There you go.
Up, go left, go down. It was like one single move.
Yeah, and they didn't give you any. It was a cartoony thing that happened, and there wasn't any obvious. Oh yeah, you have to dodge left to get rid of that. It wasn't anything like that. It was like, which door do you want to go through? They both look exactly the same. I'll go through this one. You die horribly.
Because I remember being a kid and going up to the arcade version of Dragon Quest, whatever it was called, and you put your 50p in, and you'd be like da da da, and you'd run up to the vine and you'd go la 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 and miss, and you'd be like, what? I didn't what? What? And then you put another 50p in and go da 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 da, and you try jumping in it, and you wouldn't have any instructions at all. Don Bluth says Mark Scopes. Yes, Don Bluth was the animator that did those games. Anyway, we've well got off topic there, haven't we?
Yeah, in a pleasant way.
What else to give away?
I've got a window open over there. I've got another window open for things.
For things?
Well, we haven't done a thing yet.
Oh yes. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, we need to do something else, and then we can wrap it up for the night. It's bedtime.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Did you go all Elmer Fudd then? Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Oh dear.
Look it on Christopher then.
Try and lock it on Chris. There we go.
My internet's working. We can do things because I'm all in high res and stuff.
Yeah, you've got decent quality. I don't know what.
Make it quick while they're looking good.
What's happening? I shall share a screen. Should we tell them what we're doing?
Yeah, we might as well. Better.
We're going to give you something away. You can have a chance to win. Yay! Not monthly stickers, but real things.
We're going to get some goodness.
Yes, I shall share.
We're going to share our
the thing that we shall be giving away. It's that one there. I can share it like that. There we go.
Everybody
That
go, ooh,
is what we
ooh.
are giving you. Chance to win a Zvezda 144. So my scale, it's my thing. So, there. Airliner, the Boeing 737-700 C-40B. It's got bent wings. Look, the wings are bending.
I was saying earlier on, is this the one that's currently in trouble because it's broken?
I don't remember. I know there is one that is, but I don't know. I know there are lots of 737s.
If it is the one that's broken, what you should do is basically put it on a base that looks a bit like the car park at Boeing. Because at the moment, the big thing at the minute is that Boeing have made all these aircraft, but nobody can take delivery of them. They can't ship them anywhere. So that the Boeing factory car park, is full of their airliners that they can't.
Yeah, you could display it with lots of people with clipboards walking around it, pointing.
But if it's in a car park, you could put a little boot on it as well, couldn't you?
Yeah, that's true. No, just Dave Cardboard says no. It's the Max that's great.
Yeah, that says a partly used Boeing 737 Max. So.
Yeah, isn't the 737 Max just a 737? I don't know how they.
Apparently, it's not. It's better than one of them, and
okay.
it's lovely. Does it tell us anything about it? Civil airliner, 1997. Over 14,000 planes were manufactured or on order. It's
plane.
It's a plane. It's made by Zvezda. It's 144 scale. It's got some parts in the box.
It's got some parts in the box. Contains parts. Some assembly required.
9 parts, probably.
What are the water slides, Chris?
It's 23.3 centimeters long.
That's
there are decals, which
that?
are like that. United States of America.
What's that in sideboard? Is it like half a sideboard or an eighth?
I think it's a very small sideboard.
I think
perhaps an end table.
The size of the cupboard on the end of the sideboard.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
so
it's only an end table. It's not a decent. Yeah, but still for 144 scale, that's not bad. 23 centimeters. That's length, not wingspan as well. So the wingspan is probably about the same.
Yeah. So mint.
Yes, but you too can win one of these.
Yes.
And make it and send me pictures of it because I like 144.
How can you two win one of these then?
All you have to do is wait until I'll stop sharing because you don't need to look at that. You can look at me for a little bit.
Yay! I'll wait.
Hey, no, you can't look at me for a little bit because I had my other software open that's being me.
Oh, you've broken your camera now.
So I've got the focus and stuff working. So it got confused.
Hit F5.
No, it will sort itself out, I'm sure.
That was just a talking ball.
Don't make him spill his drink. All right, I shall.
He's a talking ball.
I'll
F5, you should come back.
There we go. This is what you could win. You can look at this instead of me.
Max Gupp said it's Air Force One. Is it Air Force One?
No,
they use a bigger plane than that.
Speaking of which, I believe that Spitting Image is coming back.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they would do now. Boris is in, wouldn't they? Because they've actually got some government with character rather than
just think. Currently, the two most powerful men in the world: Boris Johnson and Trump.
Scary.
No politics. Moving on.
So you can win this. All you have to do is wait until this is a video on the eModels channel, which is about a quarter of an hour, 20 minutes after we finish. Might be sooner. You never know. Come back sometime in the next week. And leave a comment on there. What's the comment? What we're going to do? Because we should have thought about this before.
Leave us an amusing but not necessarily factually correct bit of information about planes.
Yeah, aircraft.
A plane.
Just turn your camera off, Chris.
I did. I was just trying to find the button to do it, but I don't want to press that button because it's
the one on the next to the red one in the middle.
A fun and amusing fact on airplanes, on aircraft.
So once this video is finished, give it 5 or 10 minutes. It should just be a normal video. Yes, there you go. It's a normal video on the YouTube channel. Just find that, and it'll have today's dates on it. And just put a comment on there. An amusing and not necessarily correct fact about aircraft.
Cool. Right.
But yes, Chris is back. I think there's been some activity going on, Chris, in your household.
You're right.
Up at half.
I shall have a look at my traffic log.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I think somebody has been uploading or downloading. It might just maybe it's because Mrs. Chris was watching at the same time.
She's still here because she just said trust you, Chris. I don't know why, but
if she's telling you off, she's still watching. So there you go.
Well, Mrs. Chris could take part in the competition, and if she wins the competition, you know what you're getting for Christmas.
See, technically, because we do a random comment pick. So could Mrs. No, I don't know. Could Mrs. Chris take part? We don't let mods take part, do we? So,
well, it random picks it.
Does it say friends and family excluded or anything in the terms and conditions?
Mrs. Chris isn't a mod.
Yeah, and the same vein, Mama Foxx could take part as well.
I don't do aircraft.
Yeah, she doesn't do the chat anyway. She just shouts upstairs.
Well, Chris is thinking Mama Foxx could put the answer in, then I could win it, and then I could send it to Chris now. And then miraculously, by some strange coincidence, Chris is suddenly building a 737 in 1.4 scale.
Well, if I really, really wanted to, I could just do eModels, but.
Should we have a quick last look at the chat?
Let's look at the chat before we wrap up for the night.
Danny Heron has a question. He says, has anyone seen RFM M1A2 Tusk 1.2 SAP with full interior on the shelves yet?
Is that a thing? I don't even know any of that.
I don't know. Is 1.2 SAP? Is that
Rifle models M1A2 Tusk? I'm not quite sure what 1 to 2 SAPMIs, but no. Just
draw that now.
Yeah, drop eModels a line on the contact form and ask them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Give them a call, drop an email.
eModels, we only present the show for them. So if you want to know anything about stock availability, email them.
Yeah, and just say, hey guys, when will you get it? Because they will get it in. Don't you doubt that. Just say, hey guys, when are you going to be getting this in? Also, don't forget, if you want to be kept appraised of the latest arrivals in stock and the latest offers and sales and things like that, 2 things. First of all, don't forget there is an offers page on the eModels website. Now, I can't remember off the top of my head because they changed the website a few months ago and I've not checked it yet. But there is an offers option on the menu, and that's all. Every day they will go through, James and Pete, mate, will go through, and they will just basically curate a list of stuff that they think is cool that they want you to buy. Not just stuff they can't get rid of. It's not that. It's more just a case of stuff they think that you deserve to have, and they'll just drop the price. Now, you know you get discounts on prices already. They'll just drop the price even more. And it might be on there for a day. It could be on there for a month. It could be on there permanently. Who could say? So whenever you do go to the website, emodels.co.uk, do pop into the offers page and have a quick looky-see, because you never know what you might find on there for a nice drop-down. And I've seen stuff on there with 20% off, 30% off, 50% off. They just kind of do it, and they curate it each day. So it might change. One day it might be something, it might be something else, and you never know how long stuff can be on there for. So go and have a look. And also, go to their Facebook page, which is facebook.com/eModels Ltd, I think.
Yeah.
If you go on there, then as soon as new stock comes in, they do post up on the page and they let you know what's coming stock. So you can ask questions there. But it's best to either give them a call or drop them an email, use the contact form on the website.
And if you subscribe to the newsletter as well on email, they'll get a message pops up in your email box almost once or twice a week.
Yep. Every time they post them on Facebook saying this is now in stock, you get an email as well if you signed up. So do that. That'll let you know when stuff comes in stock, and you never know. But do go and check out the offers page. There's some stonking stuff on there, and a lot of it's dirt cheap. So go and do it.
Yeah, cool.
Clarky does say, and the winner tonight, Modern Waking Chicken.
Yay!
I don't know if Modern Waking Chicken's got a YouTube account. So
Gemma Williams says, Chris, there's a spider behind the TV you need to find, and I'd love a cuppa.
I found it. Yeah, I got rid of it. There you go.
my just very quick aside, very, very quickly, when we were little kids, my friend's dad used to work abroad doing oil rigs, and once he was working in God knows what country somewhere, so like Sudan or somewhere, Saudi Arabia. And he came back from this one day, and everyone was like, yay, Dad's come back. My mate was only about 6, and he went to bed, and he looked up, and there was this massive, massive orange spider on the wall like this big. And he shouted at his dad, 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 Dad. And he said, look at that, there's a thing on the wall. And his dad went, oh, yeah. And he turned the light off and says, there you go, it's gone now. Walked out.
Yep. That's what we're doing later.
70s, folks.
Anyway, well, Chris goes off spider wrangling, and we'll leave it till next week. Hopefully, Chris will be returning intact after wrestling with this huge.
Yeah, I mean, it might have taken some fingers off, and
Yeah, that's it. So if we don't hear from Chris next week, he's either faded away into the ether or the spider's got him.
Yeah, if we need to send out the search party, get him to start behind the telly.
So we'll leave Chris to go and get suited and booted and attack that spider.
Flamethrowers. No, flamethrowers. That's what we need, Chris. He needs a flame. Spray can.
I'm ready.
Right. We'll go get the spider, Chris. I will. In that note, we'll leave you to it, folks. And Chris is going to be brave and go get the spider for Gemma. Bye now. Bye.
Yes, amoebas.
I've got to turn it off now, haven't I?
Yeah. Oh dear. We got to wait a minute. He's got to press the button. He's got to find the button now.
Oh,
We could be a while.
Stop.
your eyelash down and blowing your nose.
It's not as easy as the other one. Did you turn it off?
No, you haven't done it off yet. Try again. Press the button harder. That one.
It won't turn off.
Do you want me to do it?
Chris, you do it.
Turn it off.
I'll find it. Shall I do it?
Oh no.
We might be here all night.
Have a click on it. It stops.
All right. I've got the button. So good night, everybody. See you next week. Bye.